What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. Now we see here that the crypto sentiment has, been at a extreme fear for over a month now, and we see blockchain backer says crypto sentiment reached its highest level in over a month, climbing from the trenches of extreme fear, and we see that it's slightly going up. Now we don't know what's going to happen. It could consolidate in this range for a while, but I mean, if you watch Blockchain Backer, you see that his charts indicate similarities in the consolidation that we had in the previous bull run. Now, it's interesting because when you invest in something right now, I've said this many times, we're still in the speculation phase. There's um, a lot of things that are happening, yeah, and people might think it's different, which it could be, or maybe not. But there are right now there's still not that clarity, that regulatory clarity for the whole entire space. Okay, and when you invest into something, it's important to know why you're investing into it, and um, not just because it's a store of value, because any of the digital assets could quote unquote be a store of value. And now you'll see what I'm talking about once you see this video. Check it out.
Between the ability to use them for that and the price that they have to have. Because like a few months ago, I spoke with Miguel Villas, the head of XRP markets at Ripple. XRP is Ripple's cryptocurrency that we've been talking about. And he said, before he could even really have that conversation with banks to encourage them to use this as an on-demand liquidity tool, the market cap needed to be much higher, the transaction volume needed to be much higher, and there needed to be more exchange partners. So if it's just being used kind of for transmission like that, what does that imply about the price versus some of the kind of the retail use case or speculative use cases that
price is going to go up?
No, look, and how far
the honest answer is I don't know. Bitcoin and Ethereum, I don't know what the driver of value is there. I think, in fact, when you look at Bitcoin, the initial adoption of Bitcoin is all about retail, and that didn't pan out. And suddenly you have millions of people who hold it. They're just going to hold it. So what's become the use case for Bitcoin is just a store of value, and I think that will persist. And somehow they landed on that, and that's maybe going to persist into the future. But XRP, it's really about this very fundamental driver of demand. Yeah, I mean, if XRP is going to be inserted deeply into the financial system, the market cap has to be orders of magnitude bigger. It has to be able to support institutional flows in the orders of magnitude of trillions of dollars. Today it's a lot smaller. I think it's right around $30 billion. But when you look at
the market cap, I thought, are you talking about the transaction volume?
The market cap of so there's 100 billion XRP, and the market cap is trading around 30 cents, so it's about $30 billion. So yeah, I mean, I think that the current users and sort of the crawl, walk, run of growing the capital market, if you will, around XRP is going to be about fundamental demand, and that comes from companies like Veeam. And as more companies like Veeam start to use XRP and use digital currencies in their funding flows, they're going to be putting a massive amount of pressure on banks and larger financial institutions to start using this as well, or they're going to be toast. They're not going to be able to compete and be as nimble as a company like Veeam. It doesn't have to operate with any treasury overhead and all the cost complications.
So there you have it. It's important to know. This is from the Swell conference that they had in 2019, I believe. Now, moving forward, we see Brett Garlinghouse goes ahead and talks about what's happening right now in the U.S.
It's played out over 20 plus years, and I think that's likely to happen here as well. But I think we all have to start from the same viewpoint. And from my point of view, the U.S. is effectively an all-out technology and economic Cold War with China. And, I think that's likely to get worse, not better. And I think if we don't recognize how, the position we're in today, it's kind of that old adage, if you don't understand the problem you have, you can't fix it. I think the SEC's inaction is helping China succeed.
So there's a lot of things at play right now, and it's all gonna meet up at some point, but we're watching it all unfold. Now, in other news, Jeremy Hogan talked about what just happened. The judge grants SEC's motion for 60 more days to conduct discovery. Not unexpected, but this will push the entire case back 60 days. That would mean quick calculations. The summary judgment would be sometime in December or January. Absent a settlement, this case is going to end in early 2022. Now that's interesting because if we look at the 4-year cycles of this crypto market, it all aligns around end of year or beginning of the year. And so this is a very interesting time. And if I mean, it's always important to understand this. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. But what I'm saying is you entertain that idea. And it's very interesting to see that this happened. And they were granted an additional 60 days by the judge. In other news too, Ian Northern posted that the SEC announced it will not tackle crypto regulation this year. And so that makes me wonder, is this all aligning towards the end of the year or beginning of next year? That's very interesting. You can go ahead and read this article some more if you'd like. Now, Jesse Hines, I thought this was an interesting perspective. He said, I feel very positive about the result of this lawsuit, just not the timeline. Ripple may very well lose this suit, but the overall effect could still be a win for Ripple in the crypto space as a whole. And so, folks, we got to realize that regardless of what comes of this lawsuit, security or not, whatever, that I don't think that the use case for XRP will be damaged. I think that what it provides is what is needed for this new digital financial system. And that XRP ledger that was created is essentially like a gift to the world. And they're gonna need it more than we want it. And so it's just a matter of time. But right now, you're just watching a show unfold with everything that's happening. And it's all politics and it's all people trying to get theirs in a sense. But if you believe that the powers that are you know, in certain position in politics, I believe that they're not the ones controlling, or moving the strings. It's these central banks and these uh, higher ups that control the money that are in charge. So it's just a matter of time before we see all these things take place. And like I said, end of year, beginning of next year will be an interesting timeline to keep note of. Here we see that a new Ripple report says that $15 trillion market could benefit from blockchain technology. And so, I mean, if you think of this market using what the XRP ledger provides, not only will they be more efficient, they'll be more cost uh, they'll have more cost savings, and you'll have almost instantaneous settlement, real time payments. And so if you were to, like in the video I showed earlier, right here, he was saying about that it's designed to handle trillions and trillions of dollars. And if you add, we've talked about on this channel that if you just took into account the Nostrovosha accounts, and that it fluctuates anywhere from 10 to 27 trillion dollars. Let's say it's 10 trillion dollars. That would put at XRP's price at $100 per token. And so when we talk about this digital asset being scalable, it's scalable. It was designed to handle all the money, like Evan Schwartz talked about in his video that's been played a lot. And that's pretty much for today. To end it, I thought I would show this because, just it's humorous, kind of funny, kind of lighten everyone's day. But I found this to be very relatable, where it says, men be like, where's the ketchup? And then it's right in front of their face. And then there's this sniper in the building 400 yards out past the trees. Just something very relatable. Thought you guys might have a laugh out of that. I hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe, comment below. What are your thoughts? As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.